Good day, my crafty friends, and welcome to Miss T's Crafty Corner. You guessed it, I'm Miss T. I just want to take a moment and say thank you to all of you that have chosen to craft with me on today. To the many of you that are watching here in the U.S. as well as abroad, thank you. For those of you that have subscribed to my channel, to those of you that are leaving amazing comments, thank you so much again for choosing to craft with me. Isn't this paper just beautiful? Look at the fall prints. Oh my, I just love it. This is one-sided paper, which is going to go well for today's project. We will need 2 sheets of decorative cardstock for our project on today. We will be using 1 piece of chipboard that measures 2.5 by 2.5, 1 piece of acetate, which is optional. This measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. These cute little leaves, aren't they cute? Going to go well with that. I've got a couple of little pieces of ephemera. Going to be using these. And you know I love using my bling. So we'll be using 2 pieces of our bling. You embellish according to what you have in your crafting supply. I know you're wondering, what are we going to make? I'll be right back. Isn't this just adorable? This is made in the milk carton fashion. It's 9 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and from here to here is 5 inches. It has a cute little bottom, a peekaboo window. You see the pumpkins? Aren't they just cute? I actually got these from the Dollar Tree here in the U.S. I'll open this up in a minute. Here's my little leaf, and I can't forget my bling. Autumn vibes. I decided not to close this permanently so that I could show you all exactly what I had going on the inside. But you know, when you're making yours and the choice is totally up to you, you can seal it with glue or you can have some kind of attachment. But I just wanted to show you all what I've done with this packaging. And aren't they just adorable? Look at that. And then I place some shredded orange paper in the bottom, but I want to show you the bottom as well. Look at the cute bottom. So on the inside, I use the decorative side, but on the bottom, I use the white side. And this is so cute. I'm surprised I haven't done a peekaboo window on everything that I make, but I love the peekaboo window, and that's what we're doing on today. And of course, you know it's optional for those of you that may not have acetate. But as I have shared before, you'd be surprised at the things we get around our home that has acetate attached to it. So I've got my shredded paper, and I just place these 3 little cuties back in here. And it's whatever you want to include in yours. You don't have to have the shredded paper. Of course, you don't have to have the pumpkins. I'm just showing you a way to use this because during this season that we're entering, and it should be always that we're being thoughtful and kind to one another and sharing little gifts. I just love the idea of giving this to a friend. It could be bath bombs, it could be candy, whatever you choose to put in yours. I'm going to put these back on, and like I said, I did not want to permanently seal it right now. I wanted you all to be able to see what's going on here. But so beautiful. I just love. We're going to make it. So let's get started. We will begin with our 2 pieces of 12 by 12 decorative cardstock. I'm going to lay one to the side for now. We want to take one piece and we're going to reduce it down to 6. So we're going to trim it, lay this piece to the side. We're going to take this piece that's remaining. We're going to, on the 12-inch side, we're going to trim it to 10. We're going to take the piece that we just trimmed, which is 2 inches, and we're going to trim it down to 4 1/4. So we should have a piece that we're trimming that's 2 by 4 1/4. Now let's take our 10 by 6 piece that's remaining on the 6-inch side. We're going to reduce this down to 3 3/4, rotate it on the 10-inch side, and we're going to cut 2 pieces at 3 3/4. So there's one piece. So now we have 2 pieces that are 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. We have one piece that's 2 by 4 1/4. And we're going to score at 1. We're going to take this piece that measures 6 by 12. And on the 6-inch side, we're going to score at 1. And you know, if you have directional paper, you want it going up and down. And we're going to score at 5. Let's rotate counterclockwise. We're going to score at 2.5, 8, and 11. Let's bring back in our piece that measures 12 by 12. With your directional pattern going up and down, we want to score at 4 and again at 8. We will rotate our paper counterclockwise. We're going to score at 2.5. We're going to score at 8. And we're going to score at 11. I'll bring in my caddy just to show you what I'll be using on today. Of course, my reptile glue. I'll be using my big old spatula, a tape runner. I know this isn't a finger blade, but I like to refer to it as my finger blade, and several bone folders. I'll also be using my ruler on today. So these are our supplies for today. Now we will bring back in all of our pieces. I'll begin with this small piece. Fold and burnish. Then I'll take our 6 by 12 piece, fold and burnish all of our score marks. Burnish means to give a crease. So I have folded. I'm going to lightly burnish. This is some beautiful paper, and I don't want it to crack. So I'm going to lightly burnish all of my score marks. That's on that piece. Now we will go to our 12 by 12 piece, fold and burnish all of these score marks. I love fall. I love the coolness. I love the leaves changing. I love the idea of going to a festival in the park. Just some wonderful things that we can do. Okay, I have folded and burnished all of my score marks. So now we're going to release some tabs. I didn't have my ink pen in my caddy, so we are going to remove both of these outside tabs. And then we're going to do a slight diagonal cut. And I'll do this with you. Do a slight diagonal cut there. We're going to do that on both sides. We're going to remove this outside tab and do a slight diagonal cut. I like to save these and use them with my glue later. So that's on that piece. Then we're going to bring in this piece, and we will be doing a slight diagonal cut. We're going to do a slight diagonal cut on both sides of these. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a upside down V and get them both removed at the same time. So we did a slight diagonal cut here. We can do that again on this piece. But on this piece, we just want a slight diagonal cut. And there you have it. We have all of our cutting that's going to take place. And this is what your two pieces should look like when you're finished. Now we're going to bring in our template to trace out our peekaboo window. I'm going to use my tape runner. Just add a little bit of tape. These are the bottom flaps of our box. Your template is going to go here in the center. So I'm going to take my template, gauge where I want it to go, and that's good placement. I'm going to put it down, and now I'm going to trace it out. This is optional. If you don't have acetate, it won't change the adorable look of the box. And that popped right out. I really enjoy using this. I've gotten so much better with it. And again, this is from the Dollar Tree. Now that we've done that, I'm going to bring in my acetate piece. This measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. This will be laid down in the square fashion. We won't try to lay this down to match the diamond shape. So that will lay down like this. I've got good placement. I'm going to bring in my glue. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to lay my glue above, slightly above, because I am not steady enough to get it right. So I'm just going to lay my glue. Then I'm going to take my acetate piece and I'm going to lay it down, making sure that it's not on the score marks, and it's not. And then I can wipe my glue away from the acetate. So the acetate is laid. We'll give this a moment to set. I hope you and your family are doing well during this time. I know we're all in transition, change is taking place, but I do hope that you're doing well. So I gave this an opportunity to set, and it looks great. Isn't that pretty? Now we're going to hold this flat back for now. We're going to bring in our ruler. And on this flap and this flap, we're going to make some indentions to help our paper to fold. All of these are 4 inches each. So what we're going to do, we're going to place our ruler down below the score mark, and we're just going to make an indentation at the 2. Okay, and I'm going to make one here at the 2. So what we're doing, and I'm going to draw just one of them for you to see. We've put a indentation here, and now we're fanning out here. And we're fanning out here. And this is going to help our milk carton to fold where it needs to fold. So let me go back over that, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, and you're going to do that on the first one and the third one. And I did try it the other day, and it will fold without this, but this really helps to make it really neat. So what we've done, we've given this an opportunity to start bending. So I've got that side. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm not going to draw on this side, but I'm going to do the same thing. Fan out from where I made the mark at the 2, not going below the score mark. You don't want to go below the score mark, but you do want to get to the edge. And then do the same thing here. That's on the first and the third one only. So we've got that done. So now that that's done, we're going to put our carton together. We'll bring this piece back in. We used this method when we made the very large bag. I really like this method to be able to make things larger than what the 12 by 12 paper allows. So I'm adding my glue. You want to be generous. I'm going to bring one of these in and just make sure I get the glue definitely toward the edge. Now that we've done that, and this is your bottom, I'm going to bring this piece up to meet this piece. Let me see if I can turn it so that you can see it in the camera. We've done this method a lot. I think a lot of you, like me, you're getting much better with it. And there we have it. I'm going to move it up just a little bit and over just a little bit. Lay it down, bring in my big old spatula, and work the glue on the inside and outside, being careful of our acetate window. So we've got that one. Now we're going to do the same thing on this side. We're going to add our glue. I am loving paper crafting. It's so much fun, and it's so very therapeutic. I am loving it. I'm loving having to do things more than once. A lot of times when you see this video, I've had to make it more than once to get it to the way that I want it. So I don't want anyone to be discouraged in thinking that if you don't get something right on the first try, that you're not a paper crafter. A lot of times it does take more than one attempt to get something the way that you want it. That's why it's very important not to use your best paper on your first attempt. And there we have this side. I'm going to lay it down, give it a good burnish. Yeah, always use other paper first. Make a prototype and then come back with your good paper once you've worked out all the kinks. And there we have it. Our boxes together. We're going to go to the bottom. This is the front. So I'm going to put the side flaps in first. Add some glue. Bring the side one in to meet it. So I'm going to add some glue here. And bring this side in to meet this side. This back flap, going to get the glue toward the edges. This back flap comes in first. And then the front flap we bring in, getting the glue all along our edges. And it's okay about the gap that's there because we're going to place something on the inside shortly. So we've got the frame. This looks good. I like the way it looks. I'll just go over the top and try to work that glue. And that did very good. And it's okay that this is there because we're going to cover this. So this looks great. Now I'm going to bring in one of my 3 by 3 3/4 pieces. On the bottom, I want the white side to show. So I'm going to add the glue on this side, getting it to the edges. So I'm getting it to the edges. And then I'm going to place this here, covering most of the bottom. You can make it right at about 4 by 4, but so that we don't have to cut any along the way, I went ahead and made it smaller, and that's so cute. So again, I'm going to bring in my big old spatula and just work the glue. If you have an area where the glue didn't get real good, Just add the glue to one of these little strips and take it under and run it along, and that'll get the glue there for you. And I think that got it. So now this is down. Let me work it again. So now I'm going to take this piece of 3 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I'm going to add the glue this time on the white side because I do want the pattern to show on the inside. You want to be careful when putting this in and actually stick it in away from your acetate. So I'm going to stick it in this way and then lay it down. So that laid down great. I'll take my ruler, go in with my ruler, and get that to stick. And now that I'm looking at it, if you wanted to, this could be 3 7/8 by 3 7/8, top and bottom. But I do like the look. See the inside and then the bottom. Very nice and neat. Now the indentions that we made on the side, because we made the indentions on the side, this should fold over very good with minimal effort. But let's see how it does. I'm going to add a little bit there. I'm going to come over on this side, and now I'm just going to play with it and see how it turns out. Now I am having to play with it, just so you know. One side is very good, but the other side I'm going to have to play with for a while. So I just want you to know that in case yours does the same. See how nice that is? Then I'm going to come over here to this side, open it back up. There. Now I got this side, but the other side did great on the first try. So now I've got both sides. Isn't this just cute? Look at this. This is just adorable. And here we have another milk carton style box. Okay, this turned out so good. So we're going to take this piece, 2 by 4 1/4. I'm actually going to flip this so that my white is showing. And the 2 pieces that say Happy Fall, y'all, and I'm going to just place them here. And I will use my tape runner to do that. So I'm going to take my tape runner and place tape on the back of Happy Fall, y'all. Bring it, try to center, and just lay it down. That's one. Flip it over. Do the same with the second one. I'm going to center it. Happy Fall, y'all. And just lay it down. I'm going to stand my box back up. I'm going to place this here. And you can seal these if you want to. I just want to show you what it could look like if you wanted to leave it open. And I've got Happy Fall, y'all. Aren't these just adorable? Oh, look at that. Now I'm going to bring in my leaves. Let's see where we can place a leaf. Maybe one there. What do you think? Bring it down a little different on this one. I'm going to place a leaf here. I'm going to use my tape runner in case I don't like where I've placed it, but I'm going to add some tape to the back of this. Let me think about it before I put it down. Do I want it here like I did the other one? Or do I want it here? I think I'm going to place this one here. I've got my bling. And I'm just going to add that here. Sort of centering in a way. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. I love it. And I'm just going to place a piece on the back as well. And of course, you know, as you make yours, you can accessorize in whatever way you want to. And I'm going to lay one there, bring in my second piece of bling, and just place it here. This is so cute. Okay, so I've got some little goodies for this one. So I just like looking at it. It's so cute. Let me lay this down just a little bit. If you decide that this is what you want, then you can go back with your glue. And now that I look at it, I do like the look. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit of glue there to hold that down because I do like the look. So I'm going to open this up, open this back up. Look at that beautiful bottom. I've added some of my shredded paper to the bottom of this. And because we did use glue, I'm going to let this sit for about 30 minutes. And I'll be back because there's something that I want to add to the inside of this. Okay, I'm back. I'm so excited about the way that this turned out. It is so adorable. Our milk carton style box. Look at the peekaboo window. I just love it. And again, this one is 9 inches tall, 4 inches wide, and from here to here, we have 5 inches. It has the beautiful bottom on the inside, and then I've got the cute bottom on the bottom. Very nice. So I'm going to put some goodies in here, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've added my goodies. Isn't this just adorable? I'll bring back in my little topper to secure it. Happy fall, y'all. And a couple of clamps. Look at this. Isn't this a pleasant way to present someone with a gift? So I do a lot for my grandchildren's school teachers, and they just love getting little gifts like this and can't believe that it was homemade. But something like this would be a great gift to show your appreciation to anyone. I'm going to bring the first one back in. Aren't these just nice? This one has the cute little pumpkins in it, styrofoam pumpkins. Look at the styling on the paper. So cute. Autumn vibes. And then this one has candy on the inside. So the choice is yours as to what you'd like to include in them. I hope that you have enjoyed today's video and that you have found the instructions easy to follow. And you too will be able to make one of these adorable milk carton style boxes. I just love it. I had fun with this project, you all. I know you hear me say that every week, but I really had fun with this. Okay, my crafty friends, remember, it's not how you start, but how you finish. I'm Miss T, and thank you for choosing to craft with me.